Today's Spotlight on Naperville is brought to you in part by Welcome back to Spotlight on Naperville. I'm Nancy Wearsome, and we're going to switch gears now and talk with people from the Conservation Foundation. Good to have you back. I know you've been with us before. Brooke McDonald is the president and CEO of the Conservation Foundation, so good to have you back,
Thank
Brooke.
you, good to be here.
Tom Schneider is the board treasurer. Important job.
Yes.
And Sue George is the coordinator of the DuPage River Sweep, and we'll come back to you in a moment and hear about that. But Brooke, let's start by talking about what the Conservation Foundation does.
Sure, the Conservation Foundation, we've been around for 42 years, and we've been working throughout DuPage County and some of the other collar counties on saving land and cleaning up our rivers and streams. And we've been working on the DuPage River for 25 years. So this is our 25th anniversary working on the DuPage River. Started that back in 1989.
Wow, well, congratulations on your anniversary.
Thank you.
Yeah, and you do so many things. Tom, why do you think the Conservation Foundation is so important?
Well, it's important to individuals and the community because of what we do in trying to keep, the protection of the rivers and the land. And so, one thing for me is very important is the fact I live 2 blocks from the river, okay, at 75th Washington area, and I know that Sue will talk a little more about this, but keeping that clean and keeping the environment clean is so important, I think, and it gives me an opportunity then, I guess, to work on my passion a little bit also, and so participation on the board and then actually getting into it is really important to me. And so that's why I like this organization. It's a great organization. The board works very well with the staff. I think it was really good. We have a very strong board too.
That's wonderful.
So that's
really important. You also have a fabulous website. I'm gonna compliment you because this is not an area that a lot of people know a lot about, I think, and your website is jam-packed with information. People can learn a lot just by being on that website, and they'll put that up at the end of the segment. Now, it is true, a lot of people think of land and not the river. So let's talk about that, how important it is with the rivers. And you have river protection. Mm-hmm. Yeah, tell us more about it.
Well, we have a number of programs at the Conservation Foundation that really go around the land, but also the water. And as we were looking into different aspects of what to do with water, there are 3 areas that we focus on in particular. And one is covering cleaning the water throughout the DuPage County, and the program that we have is the DuPage River Sweep. We also have a storm drain stenciling that we have materials for, and anyone can come in any time from April to October and have supplies available to them, and they can go out in their neighborhoods and stencil drains with the sign "No Dumping" at the drain site, and also educate their neighbors by having some educational door hangers as well. And then we also have a Adopt a Stream program, which is similar to the DuPage River Sweep, but it's an extended time to be a steward in a particular section of river that the group or individual may adopt. So it's really, those 3 programs are really a way to get people out and be flexible with their schedules.
Sure. Mm-hmm. And the stenciling, oh, how interesting. So, and it makes sense that we shouldn't do that, but this is just a reminder for everyone. So good for you. Well, let's talk about the DuPage River Sweep, because that's upcoming, right?
Right. May 17th from 9 to noon, a Saturday in the middle of May. We always have it usually the third weekend in May. And it's coming up, as you mentioned, and there's all kinds of opportunities to look at information on our website that you mentioned. And people can go and register there. And we have not only the sweep, but we also do restoration that day in select locations as well. And that information is also available on the site.
So what do we mean exactly by sweep? What are you doing then?
The sweep is really a tradition that's been going on for over 20 years that gives people a chance to get their feet wet, if you will, and get in the water or walk along the bank and collect any debris that they find along the way. And then that material then is collected at certain sites, and then we manage that.
And do you think with the horrible winter we had, will there be more? Will that have any effect on it?
Well, the winters are always, with the snow melt and so forth, there's always an opportunity to have surprises. That's one of the neat things about the sweep, is that it's always searching for treasure in the way that the volunteers look at the sweep. And particularly the flood that we had a couple of years ago, that was significant. And last year we collected 13 tons of debris just during the sweep.
Wow, that is a lot. That is a lot. And then you mentioned restoration. So what do you mean by that?
Restoration, we started that because actually we've done such a tremendous job over the years of cleaning debris that there's getting to be less and less. So it's kind of a good problem to have. And in looking at that, we thought of other opportunities there might be for volunteers to look into potential invasive species removal of plants, such as garlic mustard or honeysuckle rose and others. And it's just along kind of the floodplain area. So it's a nice opportunity for people who really don't want to be in the water and don't want to pick up trash, and it gives them the flexibility to be involved that day as well.
And Brooke, let's talk about the value of this to the individuals participating. This must give you great respect for the land and the water.
Well, we all want clean water, whether it's clean drinking water, swimming or bathing or in recreation. Everybody wants clean water. I don't think anyone wants dirty water. And so we've been working for decades to clean up the DuPage River, and we're seeing significant improvement. Now, we have a ways to go. But after 25 years of working with DuPage County, the stormwater program, the Forest Preserve District of DuPage County has done a great job of preserving land along the river. The Naperville Park District, a great job of putting in trails. This collaborative effort over the last 25 years is finally starting to yield some results. We have cleaner water, we have less trash, as Sue mentioned, we have more people engaged in cleaning up their local river, because the DuPage River is Naperville's river. Aurora has the Fox River, Naperville has the DuPage River. So this collaborative effort has resulted in more fish. You can now catch smallmouth bass on a regular basis at the DuPage River. There are northern pike in the river. There are walleye in certain areas of the river. And those fish will not be there unless there's good habitat and unless there's clean water. And they're there. So that tells us that our efforts over the past 25 years have yielded some very positive results. And that is due to a lot of people, a lot of volunteers, and a lot of local elected officials over the years. So,
well, that's a perfect place to leave it. And thank you for being champions of all that, for joining us tonight, and the great work that you're doing. We so appreciate it.
Thanks for having us. Appreciate
Thank you.
it.
Thank you.
And we're going to take one last break. When we come back, more Spotlight on Naperville, so do stay with us.